Sensational.
Comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Black American women are no competition, and that's how I got my man. That is what a lot of people think I said in one of my YouTube videos, which is going viral on all social media platforms at this moment. I mean, TikTok, X, YouTube, Instagram, whatever platform you're looking for, you will see my face with that caption on that video. And you cannot imagine, the shitstorm from certain women is like a bad, really bad case of diarrhea right now. But luckily at the same time, there are a lot of people who agree with my overall message, which is always any average man deserves a fit, cooperative, feminine wife, especially in today's modern society. But without any further ado, let's dive into the clip that got a lot of women upset and a lot of content creators paid. Let's dive into it.
If you just shut up. That no black woman's not competition for us. A German white woman, very beautiful, gorgeous. Oh, she trashing black woman? I don't want to say she's trashing them, but she's putting them in their place.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a snippet out of a whole YouTube video where I was talking about how my basic daily activities have impressed and impacted my husband's daily routine. I mean, it is just what it is. And you know what? A lot of women out there should apply that knowledge that I'm trying to give to you for free. Tell me, where did you hear me say that Black American women are no competition? I was not even talking about Black American women in particular. I never said anything like that I am better than them. I never said anything like I have better qualities than a Black American woman. No, I'm always talking about modern Western women in general. And by the way, a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who was listening with their ears instead of using their emotions, because when you compare the caption of the video that I didn't even put on the video to the words that were coming out of my mouth, the caption had nothing to do with the words that I was saying. I mean, honestly, I was talking about the American family structure, if you were able to get the message that I was trying to bring to you. Yes, I did say the average Black American family barely has a family unit. Not even in that statement, I generalized all Black families in America that they don't have a family unit. I lived in America for 2 years and I've seen a lot of messed up things in Black households, white households, and I very soon came to the conclusion, coming from a traditional household, that there is something seriously wrong that's going on in those households in America. And I was flabbergasted at the amount of disrespect an average American man would have to deal with coming from the woman of the household. I mean, these women, not only that they were disrespectful, they were lazy too. And I heard them speak a certain way to their children that had me in complete shock. I mean, I remember this one situation where this woman called her teenage son bitch, and I couldn't believe my ears. Even if that was supposed to be a joke in that moment, that word is doing something to that child. How is it going to grow up thinking it's okay that a woman is calling that boy bitch? I mean, let's be real. But enough said, let's dive into a few comments of a couple of women under my video who have a lot of love for me. You know what? I love you too. He was homeless, curious to why no Russian man wifed her if she had family values. We stay rent-free in everyone's head, or why is everyone obsessed with us, or who wants something from the store. Nobody's obsessed with you, honey, trust me. Those are the ones we don't want, sis. You're good. These women are so delusional, they are absolutely obsessed with themselves. Now, honestly, what justifies these women making comments like this? Am I the problem, or are they maybe the problem? I'll tell you what the issue is. They have a huge problem with someone who treats an American black man very, very well. And that's the problem they have, because they think no man deserves to be treated well if he doesn't pay. Excuse me, that doesn't even make any sense to me. If I can only be nice to you when you pay me, that makes me a whole prostitute. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just call it for what it is. You can get upset if you want to. The truth is always going to be the truth. And on this channel, all you will find is the truth, whether if you like it or not. I mean, isn't it true that the majority of modern women nowadays don't want the average man because they are just not good enough for this boss babe? But at the end of the day, these women forget, which makes them so delusional, these women forget that some of them, a lot of them, are below average. I mean, how can you sit there and put yourself on a pedestal, expect all men to do the same because you're wearing fake hair, because you're wearing fake lashes, because you have lip fillers, cheekbone fillers, forehead lip fillers, you are wearing certain type of clothes that make your body look a certain way. But once all of that comes off, I don't know who we're supposed to put on the pedestal. Surely not your ass. I also know for a fact that 90% of these women who are in that comment section are single. Single by choice, you know, because the average man is not good enough. Oh, but coincidentally, that high value man is not checking for them either. So of course you're going to be single by choice. Who are you even kidding? And you cannot tell me that you're coming home every night and you're happy with no man that's waiting for you. No man you can cuddle with. No man that's going to help you, protect you, provide all of the security for you. You're always talking about that you can do all of that yourself. If you can, why are so many of you all over social media platforms just breaking down in your car, crying that you are sick and tired of being single? It doesn't make any sense to me. Can you please make it make sense? Women really need to stop thinking that their looks only is everything a man is looking for in a woman. I'm gonna tell you one thing, the culture I come from, my Turkish culture, we take pride as women if we can go to work, take care of the household, contribute to the household, and take care of our loved ones. Some of you are out there don't even know what that means. I mean, honestly, what do you bring to the table besides you being the table? Let's break those words down. What does it even mean, you being the table? You have a career, good for you. You have a nice car, good for you. You have a good sense of humor, good for you. You're good looking, good for you. But what is a man supposed to do with all of that? Wipe his ass? A man doesn't need you for that. Do you really think that a man is going to put up with you? You looking good, you got your career, you got your car, but when he comes home, you're going to create a whole bunch of drama? No, he's not going to be with you. A lot of women are broken. Their ego is way too big for them. And you cannot tell me that a lot of women aren't broken, because if somebody is not mad at something, and most of the time these women are mad at themselves, really, women would not act like that in the comment section. They would not insult me. I mean, there are so many comments, I couldn't even put it all in one video without the video being maybe an hour long. There are so many insulting comments, even towards my husband. They don't even know the man. There's a reason why I keep my husband private. You may see a picture here, you may see a picture there, but at the end of the day, I know how shysty these women are. They would be on the internet, send him messages, send him nudes, send him all these things. So if you don't want that average man, why are you doing all of these things? What you should be really doing instead is listen to my advice and other content creators' advice and try to self-correct and try to apply some of these things that I'm mentioning in my videos in your relationship and see how that impacts your relationship. You are no different from the next woman that pretends she is unique, she's the only one, she's everything a man is looking for in a woman. No. All of you are the same, y'all look the same, y'all act the same, talk the same, think the same, move the same. Try to be yourself. But I understand a lot of you don't even understand what it means to be yourself. You women are not even self-aware nowadays. I mean, honestly, who are you to sit there and say that the average man is not good enough? If it wasn't for that average man working an average job, your trash wouldn't be picked up on time. Your stinking ass shit would have flushed down the toilet properly. There would be no roads. There would be no auto mechanics. So for us women to sit there and say that we don't want any average man, we're just looking for the high value man, that is so wrong. Us as women, we benefit so much from the average man. And the average man doesn't even want anything in return for that. But you have nothing else better to do than to sit there and shit on an average man all day long when you don't even know how to cook a meal from scratch. I am not on this platform trying to make anyone look bad. If I do anything, I'm trying to give you guys some advice on how to self-correct. But in order to learn, you gotta be ready to admit that your behavior, your mindset is really destructive to you and to all men in your environment. I'm not saying that I am perfect. Of course I got flaws too. I am learning myself, but at least I sit down, I listen to my husband, and I self-correct. And there are a lot of times where I mess up. But the difference is I'm trying to work on my relationship. I want to be with that average man. Oh yeah, and by the way, do you know what we have done for our first dates? We played Uno. We played Uno, got to know each other very well. So it wasn't about how much he spent. I never expected that man to spend anything on me. Why? That's not what I want from him. I want to be with that man in his presence. I want his time. I don't want his money. I want his presence. But I can already tell that a lot of women out there, grown-ass women in their mid-30s, have a lot of growing up to do. And as Coach Greg Adams always says, women are children in adult bodies. And I could not agree with that statement anymore. So ladies and gentlemen, I truly hope that I was able to clear the impression of me being against BWs, because that is absolutely not my intention. That is not what I'm using this platform for. If there's anything that I would like to do is teach these women how to be better women instead of gold diggers. And also what I will never stop doing is putting a woman into her place when I see her acting a fool all over social media. Because honey, I have your best interest in mind, and you should really take some notes and take some advice from me.
Queer.
Bye, Felicia.
Be the best you can be. Love your family, love your friends. Spread love, not violence, not this virus. As always, peace.